Hey everyone, welcome to Crypto News Simplified. My name is Ali, and today is March 9th, 2022. Apologies, yesterday I did not make a video, but I'm back at it, so we got a lot to cover today. First up, we have the White House. This is the biggest news of the day for sure. President Biden is to sign an executive order on ensuring responsible development of digital assets. So right now they released the fact sheet. He has not signed the executive order, but pretty much he's pretty much just passing the buck to different government agencies to set up the framework and to do the research on creating laws that would help protect consumers and individuals and stop, bad guys from using crypto. Um, the order lays out a national policy looking at six different key priorities, which are consumer and investor protection, financial stability, illicit finance, U.S. leadership in the global financial system and economic competitiveness, financial inclusion, and responsible innovation. So basically, he's just directing different agencies in the government, like I said, to research the different aspects of crypto, because every single cryptocurrency functions differently. They don't all have the same function, they're not all supposed to do the same thing. And you also have different areas within cryptocurrency. You have NFTs, you have DeFi, you have DAOs, you have, so many different aspects to crypto. So he's basically just telling these different agencies to do their research, to communicate with one another, and to establish some type of legal framework. He also encouraged the Federal Reserve to continue its research into a CBDC to work with other countries who are our allies to get with them about a CBDC and educating them and running on experimenting with a multi-country CBDC. So this is the goal. This is China's already doing this with their digital yuan. They want everyone's competing to take over to be the top currency. Well, not everyone, but America and China are competing right now. Of course, American dollars are pretty much used everywhere, but China's number one as far as market cap. So yeah, so this was pretty bullish for the space overall. I'm happy that wasn't anything negative about cryptos. I'm not a big fan of CBDCs, but overall this was a pretty good sign for the cryptocurrency market. It looks like Biden wants the US to be an innovator and a powerhouse in the whole cryptocurrency sphere, and I agree. So that's great news. We also have Senator Cynthia Lummis, who is a Republican senator from Wyoming, and she tweeted this today, and I quote, "It's been a long time coming, but my bill to fully integrate digital assets into our financial system is almost ready. I'm putting the final touches on it with some key advocates and partners in the Senate, but watch out for an unveiling soon." So she posted a picture too. That she posted this on her official Twitter, which you can follow her at Sen Lummis. She posted a picture of what looks to be the bill, and if you zoom in on it, it's just pretty much just talking about making pretty much just making crypto part of the legal framework. Making it easier for people to get into, making it easier for banks to work with it. I'm assuming all that based on what you can see here in the picture. So yeah, that's that. Up next, we have the U.S. Treasury launches crypto education to raise risk awareness. So I thought this was pretty interesting. The U.S. Treasury is looking to launch awareness programs for risk in crypto investing. They're going to have a financial literacy education commission, or they already have that, but they're going to direct them to develop educational materials. And they're going to create a new education division which comprises of 20 different agencies, including the SEC. So, this is just all talking about the risk of investing in cryptocurrencies, the differences between Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they mostly focus on those two, how they operate and how they differ over traditional payment methods. So I think this goes hand in hand with Biden's um, directive that he just announced, where he wants these agencies to create a legal framework, but a lot of people are really just you know, they're just illiterate when it comes to cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and how it works. So I imagine this, education awareness that the U.S. Treasury is launching will be there as a tool for these people and all these agencies to use and to refer to when they're creating this legal framework, when they're doing their research, so they don't have to rely on Google or DuckDuckGo. They can just call up the U.S. Treasury and get answered the questions that they have. So, I think it's funny that they're also focusing mainly on Bitcoin and Ethereum. There are thousands of blockchains, thousands of cryptocurrencies, and they all function differently. But they're going after the two top dogs, and basically, if you understand how those two work, you can pretty much figure out how the rest work. Up next, Philippines enters a race for a CBDC with a pilot program. So I thought this was pretty cool. It's another country that's getting into CBDCs. There's probably over 100 countries right now that are involved with CBDCs, and the Philippines is just a new one to the list. And up next, speaking of CBDCs and all that, here's a list of the top currencies in the world, as far as market cap. So number one, you have the Chinese yuan. Number two, you have the United States dollar. And if we keep scrolling down, we have number 14 is Bitcoin. So Bitcoin is now 14th in the world as far as market cap for currencies. It just took over the Thai baht yesterday. So it's just climbing the charts, and it's curious to see how Bitcoin will compete with CBDCs. Overall, I'm a big fan of Bitcoin because it is decentralized, whereas a CBDC will not be decentralized. If America creates a decentralized CBDC, that would be amazing, but I wouldn't count my chickens on that. Up next, we have Avalanche Foundation launches Multiverse, up to 290 million incentive program to accelerate growth of new Internet of Subnets. So, just well, let me just read this first. So, the Avalanche Multiverse will be headlined by the first of its collaborators, which includes DeFi Kingdoms, Aave, Golden Tree Asset Management, Wintermute, Jump Crypto, Valkyrie, and Securitize. So what I just called out here are different protocols, and what they're going to be doing is building pretty much their own blockchain on top of the Avalanche network. If you know how Cosmos works, it's similar to the Cosmos blockchain where you can build blockchains within it, but it's just a little bit different. It has more functionality. So they call it subnets. So you have the Avalanche blockchain. The Avalanche blockchain is three blockchains that run parallel to each other, and they help each of those blockchains do a different function. So this is help offload the data that's on there. It's to help with the transaction times, to keep the fees low, because if everything's on one blockchain, it can get easily clogged and congested if a lot of people are using it. But by Avalanche building three blockchains, it helps to just even out the data load. So, one of the things that makes Avalanche really awesome is that you can build what they're calling a subnet within their blockchain. So, you can build your own blockchain pretty much within their blockchain. And when you do this, this blockchain can be either permissionless, or it could be private, so meaning anyone can use it, or it could be private. So let's say, for example, let's say your county uses Google Mail and Google services, uses Google Docs and everything. And so your county will pay Google to host its information in a private enclosed system, so that way any emails or any things, any Google documents that they do won't be shared with the public, unless there's a written request or whatever. But I hope that makes sense. Or, so when companies use Microsoft products or use Google products, or they're using them in private clouds, if you want to think about it like the cloud, um, where or you could do, if you're an open company, or let's say you're a library. If you're a library, you can have an open cloud where just anyone can just jump in and use your products and services. So with Avalanche, This gives the ability for companies to come in and to build either open networks or closed networks, private networks for their businesses and stuff for people to use. You can create your own cryptocurrency within the Avalanche system or within your subnet to use for gas fees. So, for example, DeFi Kingdoms is building its blockchain within the Avalanche blockchain, and it's going to be using its Jewel token as a payment for gas fees. So you don't have to use the AVAX token, you can just use your own token that you've created. So I hope this all makes sense, but there's a lot of different things that can be done with Avalanche's subnets, and it looks like they're putting a lot of money into this. They want a lot of people to come on board, and they already got some big names. I mean, DeFi Kingdoms is one of the top dogs for gaming. It's DeFi and gaming together, and it's still relatively new. It's only a couple months old, so it's been innovating a lot. It's like an RPG game. Um, Aave, which is one of the biggest protocols for money lending and borrowing, so they're doing a lot, and it's pretty cool that they made this incentive program. And as we see here, DeFi Kingdoms has already updated their documents, their white paper, talking about how they're expanding their protocol and creating the DFK chain, as they're calling it, and it'll be a part of the subnet. So yeah, if you're a fan of DeFi Kingdoms, I suggest you read up on this. DeFi Kingdoms is a game originally on the Harmony network. So now they're just branching out and doing new things. And speaking of games, we have Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity is one of the largest cryptocurrency games. And they tweeted this out today, and I quote, "We have confirmed reports of an in-game issue. This bug is being abused in a specific way that allows cheaters to win the game. This type of abuse is distinct and we can detect it. Those abusing the bug violate our terms of service and we will review each case." So they said in about 24 hours, they will deploy an update to prevent the abuse of this bug by blocking all bugged Axies from queuing up for the arena. We will resolve the issue during our next client release, and these Axies will be allowed to battle in the arena again. So, if you play Axie, just be aware of this. If your Axie isn't working, it might have been affected by this bug, or I don't know if people are purposely doing it or not, but just an FYI. We also had Pegaxy released a teaser trailer for their mobile app. So I'll play the video in the background. And if you're just listening, it's pretty much just a teaser trailer of a phone showing the game, in the phone app, where you'll be able to race your Pegaxis. You'll be able to use their in-game decks. So again, you don't have to go to another exchange to swap between the PGX and USDT. So it's really cool. I'm sure you can breed, you can rent, do everything you can on your desktop in the mobile app game. So, and the mobile app game also has the 3D racing style, which is really awesome. It's a lot more, well, it's not interactive, but it's just a lot more fun to watch than the desktop 2D version, which is pretty boring. So yeah, Pegaxi is a big cryptocurrency game, and yeah, if you guys are a fan, I recommend you check that out. They did not release a drop date. They just said it's soon to come. I remember in their white paper, they originally said a mobile game would come out in quarter three. It looks like it might come out in quarter two, so that's pretty exciting. Up next, we have Trader Joe announces a Friends Party. So it looks like they're going to do an Avalanche Summit on March 23rd in Barcelona. So if you're in Barcelona or if you can go to Barcelona, I recommend you check this out. They have a lot of sponsors, including Yieldiac, Benki Finance, Canola Network, Crabata, so Platypus DeFi. So a lot of sponsors, and it looks like it's just going to be a big get together, and I imagine like a conference, Avalanche conference. So yeah, I look forward to the information coming out there. Up next, we have DraftKings becomes Polygon validator after NFT marketplace clocks 44 million in sales. So DraftKings is a betting application for sports, and they also have sold over $44 million of NFTs from big celebrities, not celebrities, but athletes, I should say, celebrity athletes, including autographs and, commemorable tickets and stuff like that. So with this partnership, they'll be partnering with the digital asset startup Zero Hash to become a Polygon validator. This will make them the second biggest validator on the Polygon network. So if you don't know what validators are, pretty much they're pretty much like nodes in Bitcoin, and they help to regulate the network and to ensure that the transactions are accurate and authentic, and people can stake their coins to them. And they also help to govern the network as far as like if the foundation puts out a like a white paper on how to update it or what they should do, like a vote on how to update the network, they would become a big governor and have a big say in that. So that's pretty big news for the Polygon network. Up next, OKCoin, which is a centralized exchange based in the US, just added the UST to their exchange. So if you use OKCoin, you can now buy and I guess you can stake or take it out. You can take out your UST. So that's pretty big news. UST just going everywhere right now. Up next, State Street to offer crypto custody and packed with copper. So State Street is one of the largest banks in the world. I think they're like number two, number three in the world. They have a ton of money, trillions of dollars in assets, and they are partnering with Copper.co. So Copper.co is is a company that helps institutions accept and hold crypto. Okay, so they pretty much are like the middleman to help, so that way the institutions don't have to do all this research and, download all these wallets and update all these wallets. Copper does it for them and helps to like be that middleman to help handle the crypto assets for them. So so they've entered a licensing agreement to develop and launch an institutional grade digital asset custody product. So it's pretty cool. A lot of banks are getting more involved into crypto because they're scared. They know it's taking over. And what I believe is banks want to be the one holding your crypto for you. They want to be the ones doing DeFi for you. That's how they stay relevant. If you're able to do it yourself, they lose power and they don't like that. So they want to be the ones to be the custodians of your crypto. They want to be the ones trading it, staking it, doing all these things, and making you money. And of course, they take a nice big cut. So it's just, yeah, just the way it is. Up next, we have Dubai adopts initial crypto law, establishes independent authority for oversight. So here we have another country looking to get into crypto and to develop a framework, a legal framework to make it easier for for the financial institutions and for the citizens to get involved into it. And they're really looking to be like a big powerhouse. I feel like all the countries right now are racing to be like the powerhouse for crypto, the innovators. And if you look at like what El Salvador did, making it legal tender and just opening its doors to anyone involved in the crypto space to get citizenship right away with no wait time and to move over there and innovate. So I definitely see a lot of countries fighting to be like the innovators, the top dogs for the crypto hub. And, speaking of Dubai, we have Binance in talks for license to operate in Dubai. So Binance is the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world. They have the most volume. That means the most money coming in and out of it for cryptocurrencies. So yeah, so now they're talking with Dubai to get a foothold in the Middle East and to just establish themselves and just to remain as top dog. Up next, crypto mining to resume in Iran, but with conditions. So a couple months ago, Iran banned all crypto mining because it was just sucking too much power from the power grid, and they were having so many blackouts and energy failures. So now they realize the government realizes they can't stop it. People are still going to do it, and again, they want to be, you know, they want to be on par with all the other nations as far as, innovating with crypto. So now they will be allowing crypto mining if you apply for a license. And in order to get a license, your mining has to be supplied by power from renewable energy sources. So your crypto farm has to be 100% renewable. And yeah, if you're using gas or electricity from, just from the power lines, I guess, you will be denied a license and you won't be able to resume your mining. So that's pretty cool that they're doing that. Up next, crypto exchange Kraken ties Russian trading fees to to 10 million in donations to Ukraine. Sorry, not $10, 10 million. So basically, Kraken is taking the trading fees from its Russian clients, and it's totaled up to 10 million, and they're going to be donating it to Ukrainians. So basically, if you live in Ukraine and you've been using Kraken before today, you will have access to Bitcoin. I believe they're doing it in Bitcoin. Um, yeah, 1,000 worth of Bitcoin on so starting tomorrow, March 10th, to all Ukrainian clients that created an account prior to March 9th or that have an intermediate or pro account. So that's pretty cool that yeah, Ukrainians will be getting $1,000 each for using Kraken. And again, they're saying that they got this $10 million from the trading fees of the Russian clients. So that's a pretty interesting way to raise funds. Up next, this is a huge story for today too. Uh, for those, and this guy tweeted out at Cadillac0x. He said, "For those that don't get it, we're burning over 1 million Luna a day to mint UST. Luna circulating supply is 97 million. At current rate and numbers, we would burn through the entire circulating supply in under 3 months." So if you're not familiar with the Luna Terra network, how it works is you have UST, which is a stable coin backed by the Luna token or the Luna currency, cryptocurrency. And this makes it a decentralized stablecoin, and it is the largest decentralized stablecoin. So basically, it's like a seesaw. So the more people that print UST, the more Luna that's burned. The more people that sell UST and drop it off on exchanges, the more Luna that's minted and the more UST that's just taken out of circulation and burnt. So it's just constant back and forth. So when people want UST, the amount of Luna circulating goes down. When people don't want UST, the amount of Luna circulating goes up. So he posted this picture from Terra Analytics, and you can see here just about every day, over 1 million Luna has been burnt, every single day. And it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. And in the past 7 days, I think 1 billion Luna has been burned in 7 days. So the past week, over just about 1 billion Luna has been burned. So that's insane. The amount of Luna being burned is insane. People really want UST. The demand for UST is sky high, and that's what's driving the Luna price to go up. And it's just insane. And if we go here, we have the Luna Foundation Guard tweeted out. Due to such a high demand for UST, the curve pool is unbalanced again. The Luna Foundation Guard council members just voted on burning the 4.2 million Luna left in the treasury. So, and they also said down here they will swap the Luna to UST through the swap burn system that they have and sell the UST to the Curve pool. The proceeds will go back to the Luna Foundation reserves to purchase Bitcoin. So just I think last week, uh, I think it was last week, the Luna Foundation bought I think it was $1 billion worth of Bitcoin to have in their reserve to help back up UST. So now UST is not only backed by the Luna token or currency, but it's also backed by Bitcoin. So that's really awesome. This is one of the best decentralized stable coins. It has, I think, the best like economics behind it, or tokenomics as they say. Um, and the demand for UST is just crazy. And if you guys don't know what Curve Pool is, so Curve is a protocol that everyone pretty much uses for stable coins. It's like the place to trade stable coins. It's the place to stake. I shouldn't say stake, but liquidate your coins. So that means you're putting your stable coins into the liquidity pools. So when people come and trade between stable coins, they're trading from your coins and you're getting the transaction fees as a reward. So pretty much everyone's withdrawing UST from the curve pools and the pools are becoming unbalanced. So the pools, the when you have liquidity pools, they always want to, you have pairs, two pairs, and they always want to maintain a balance. So let's say you have UST and Tether. These are two stable coins. So if everyone's withdrawing UST and dumping Tether, here's Tether, it's unbalanced. So when people want to withdraw more UST, there's nothing there. Like the well has run dry. So what they're doing is they're buying, or they're burning, sorry, 4.2 million Luna to mint, so to create 4.2 million UST, and then they're going to sell it to the curve pools to make a profit to help rebalance these pools so people can continue freely trading between UST and other stable coins. So that's pretty big news. The demand for, like I said, for UST is really, really high, and this makes everyone, and me especially, really bullish on the Terra Luna network. It is one of the coolest networks out there, especially for DeFi right now, as far as innovating. And speaking of innovating, we have a new DAO coming out, Phase DAO. Now, there are so many DAOs. If you don't know what a DAO is, DOA, that is a decentralized autonomous organization. I think that's what it is, decentralized autonomous organization. And basically, it's just like a bunch of people getting together and putting all their money together and voting on certain things to do with all that money. And what this is, Phase, is it looks to be like the FDIC. So if you're familiar with the FDIC, if you have money in your bank account under $100,000 in a US bank and something happens, like the bank goes under or gets scammed or something like that, and you lose your money, you're FDIC insured. The federal government insures your dollar up to $100,000 that it is safe in an FDIC bank. So Phase DAO is looking to do the same thing for DeFi projects. So people would pool their money together in this DAO, and what I imagine is Phase will do smart contract audits on DeFi protocols and approve them, and then yeah, and then protect the money that's in these DeFi products, because a lot of these DeFi applications are decentralized. If there's a rug pull or if something happens, like we just had Anton Kronje to walk away, and then the protocol crashes or something like that, your money would be backed by this DAO and would be safe, so that you can invest with security and you don't have to worry about investing in a scam. So this is pretty cool. Um, this is brand new. So don't just throw your money at it, guys. Always do your research. They just released this Medium article today, and you can go to Medium and read through it and see what their plan is. I don't even think they have a white paper out yet. So again, before you just throw money at stuff, guys, do your research. But this was a pretty cool idea. I haven't seen a DAO with this kind of idea yet. There are other companies, but they're centralized, that protect your assets. But this is a decentralized way of doing it, and this is going to be built on the Terra network. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting. And up next, we have White Whale. White Whale is a Terra Luna protocol. They release details on Flash Loan architecture. So White Whale is a pretty new protocol. You can put your UST on there and you borrow against it and do all types of things. It is a DeFi protocol, and they're rolling out with flash loans. So with a flash loan, you're basically borrowing money against what you put up for collateral, and it's an instant loan. Now, this already, flash loans already are on the Ethereum network, but there's a lot of problems because of the way the Ethereum smart contracts are written that bots can just like run ahead of you and exploit your flash loan. So it's very risky to do. But because of the way that the Terra uh, network is written, the computer code is written in, it's called Cosm Wasm, I guess was how you would pronounce it. Cosm Wasm. It's a smart contract language of Terra. So it was initially designed to stop and avoid these kinds of attacks. So because of that, this is a huge deal, I believe, so Terra is really setting up to be like the place for DeFi. They created the network to be the place for DeFi and to solve a lot of the problems that Ethereum has with DeFi, and other blockchains as well. So yeah, if you're into DeFi, if you're into loans and everything, check that out. Again, guys, if you're brand new to crypto, I don't recommend doing flash loans or doing any type of loan or putting up collateral until you're familiar with it, until you've done your research and learned how it works. It's very risky. You can lose a lot of money very fast if you don't know what you're doing. Up next, we have LeBron James gives the metaverse a shot with four new trademark filings. So, again, we have another athlete getting involved into NFTs, and not only NFTs, but the metaverse as well. So, he's looking to be selling virtual sportswear, sorry. He's going to have basketball courts in the metaverse. He's going to have his own NFT marketplace, and he's just looking to expand his brand into cryptocurrency. So, I think we're going to see all these athletes doing it. Um, the thing I find weird is that all these athletes are opening up their own NFT marketplace, which I think are just going to collapse in the end. Like, eventually, people are going to go to one NFT marketplace. They're not going to want to have to go to this marketplace to buy this and that marketplace to buy that. It's going to be too annoying. So, yeah, so that's pretty cool. Up next, we have MintSwap, which is a decentralized exchange on Cardano, just opened up today. And it is a multi-pool decentralized exchange. You can swap tokens, yeah, and you can liquidate your coins and add, to the pools that they have. So that's pretty cool. It gives you more, Cardano's finally opening up to allow more stuff. They had Sunday Swap, which opened up probably like 3 months ago, I think in December. So 4 months ago now. And Cardano's really just the snail in the race, or the turtle in the race. So it's finally cool to finally start seeing things come online for Cardano. And I just can't wait to see what else they'll come up with. And up next for the last news of the day, we have Univ.money, sorry, which is a protocol on the Avalanche network. They tweeted out that they are currently migrating to a multi-sig wallet between the core teams. So from now on, transactions will be validated by the core team before going live. The core team will use a combination of offline devices and hardware wallets for signatures. And then they posted their official wallets. So this is pretty cool. It's really cool when you see projects do this. This is how you know that projects aren't scams when they're constantly talking with their community and they're doing things like this. So what they're saying with the signature wallet. So, I have my wallets up here, MetaMask, TerraStation. So if I want to buy something, let's say off OpenSea, when I click purchase, my MetaMask will pop up and I just click, purchase, confirm transaction. I click confirm the transaction because my MetaMask only requires one signature, my signature. With a multi-signature wallet, now if any of the devs or any of the universe team wants to move money out of their vault, or out of their treasury, it needs multiple people to sign off on it. So this helps to ensure that there won't be that they won't have a bad apple just drain the wallet, or there won't be less chance of a hack as well because if one person clicks on a bad link and it ends up accessing their wallet, it won't follow through with the transaction because it needs multiple people to sign off on it. So again, this is really cool. I really like the Universe project, but there's a lot of other projects that do this as well. But I just wanted to highlight this, that when projects do this stuff like this, that's a good sign. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I thank you so much for watching. I hope I was able to help you a lot tonight. I know there was a lot of information to cover. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share, and leave feedback on how you would like me to improve these streams for you. And yeah, I will be here tomorrow night around the same time, 9 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Eastern. And thank you guys. Have a great night.